So what's the best tripod for video creation? Well, in this video, I'm going to be talking about the 77-inch Geekoto tripod. Before we get started, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell for more videos about editing tips, church video creation, and behind the scenes on how I create videos for my church. So we have the Geekoto 77-inch tripod, which is insanely tall, especially for a tripod that is this big, and it can actually get smaller if we just simply flip the legs up, which doesn't take that long, especially for the space. You untie this bottom or unscrew. Look how small this thing is. That's like a foot and a half maybe, which is crazy for something that can get up to 27 inches. Listen to this. Oh yeah, that's professional. So a few of my favorite features right off the bat is the fact that it can get up to 77 inches. So on the legs here, we can drop these here. Really easy to click into place. Oh, as I pushed something off my desk. Then, this is on the ground. We unscrew this first one. This is plenty enough to get right at eye level, because this camera right now is slightly above eye level and it's tilted down a little bit, so you kind of get, it does feel, honestly it feels more like you're standing right here. It's kind of weird. But this one is right at my eye level, okay? We can do it side by side, right at my eye level. Then we can go higher, which is actually out of frame, but let me back up a little bit. Still out of frame. This is huge, but it's ginormous. There's also a quick release plate, which comes in a great mighty handy. A great mighty handy? A great mighty handy, because then you can just unscrew this right there, pop off your whole entire camera, instead of having to mess with, unscrewing from the tripod itself. You can just use the quick release plate, which also works on various other things. You can get more of these ball heads, or ball heads like these, put them on your gimbal, well, not the ball head, but just a quick release plate mount to put it on your gimbal or a camera slider, so that you never have to unscrew the quick release plate from your camera, which would be really nice. I don't have that, but maybe something I'll look into in the future. Like I said, it's a ball head, which means there's a gigantic knob over here, and you can rotate it pretty much any direction, and you can even go, what is that, horizontal? Vertically, which means you can use this for your phone if you get a phone mount, which you can get them on Amazon, and I'll link to one below. I have a few laying around somewhere. I think I have like 5 of them that I've just accumulated over the years. But you can use this for, like, let's say Facebook Live, Instagram Live, that type of thing, or just to film YouTube videos with your phone as well. I have a Panasonic G7, and I've also used the Panasonic G9, which the Panasonic G7 is a pretty light camera. The G9 is decently heavy, especially, not decently heavy, it's heavier, especially if you slap the 12 to 60 millimeter lens on there that they have, that Panasonic makes. It's decently weighty for the size of what it is. And this tripod has held it with no problem whatsoever, and it's even held a camera slider on top of it, which weighs a lot more than the camera, especially since the camera is on it. So definitely would not worry about weight for this tripod, unless you have like a red camera or something crazy like that. Then I would be spending a little more than 80 bucks on a tripod. There's also a screw down here, which means you can rotate. It enables you to rotate 360 degrees, seamlessly 360 degrees, any angle, any direction. And there's also a level right on top, right there, which means you can adjust your camera so that it is perfectly level no matter what adjustments the legs are at. Because if you're on a hill, you may have this one here and this one all the way extended and this one not at all, or even like this, which this would be about level. So then you can adjust this guy like that, to where now your camera is perfectly level and your tripod's not going to fall over. Now, in the instance that your tripod is a little bit rickety, is that the word I want to use? There is a hook on the bottom of the middle column of the tripod so that you can hang, let's say, your camera bag, or you can buy an extra weight, which I'll also link to in the description below, that you can attach to the bottom so that your tripod's weighed down and won't get blown over by wind or somebody accidentally bumping into it, just to add that little bit of extra layer of safety for your camera that is on the tripod. There's also grips on the bottom so that it doesn't really slide that much, which is really nice whenever you're working on like a flat surface. I'm on carpet at the moment, so this thing doesn't ever really slide ever. But I've used this in the mountains, I believe. I think I took it to Colorado a few years ago. I think I did. I've brought this to youth camps to film with, which there's all types of different terrain you encounter at youth camps. But yeah, I've used this thing on gravel, on concrete, on carpet, on hardwood floors, on rocks, so I've covered almost every surface, and this thing has been great, never fallen over unless it was because of me doing something stupid with it, which I have done before. Something else that's also really nice about this tripod is that it's made of metal. It's not plastic. Most of the cheap tripods that you get are made of really cheap plastic and they kind of break and they don't function well at all. But this guy, for just under $80 at the time of filming this video, is amazing. There's one last feature that I want to show you guys. One last feature. So what you can do, you can unscrew this bottom piece of the middle column, then unscrew the bottom one of those, slide this completely out, okay? Then slide it back in upside down, and then if you screw this back on to what is now the top of the middle column, now you have a tripod that can film upside down. So if you wanted to extend these legs just a little bit, just so I can show you guys what I'm talking about. Now, if you were to put this on a desk, whoops, sorry, bumped the mic. If you were to put this on a desk, you can film faced down. You do have to work around the legs being a thing, but it's definitely worth it for $80. Now you can film down. I've used this on countless videos as well. I used to have a YouTube channel where I talked about coins. I know it's kind of weird. And I would use this in pretty much every video. And these legs were never really a problem at all. And it gave me that top-down shot for only $80. Well, technically less than $80. So that is a great feature. So it's like a 2-in-1. There's one more thing actually besides this last thing that I was going to show you. If you get the one with the foam on it, the leg with the foam, you unscrew that thing, you pop it off, boom, we got a monopod. You can strap, or screw, I guess, the ball head to this. Now, you will never have to bring a monopod and a tripod because this thing is now a monopod. I've used this while filming in downtown scenarios for actually a recent video where I couldn't bring the gimbal that I was shooting the rest of the video with, so I had to bring a monopod instead because I didn't want to, draw a ton of attention. There was a decent group going down to film, so I was trying to make it as covert as possible, and so I brought this, and this thing allowed me to film exactly what I needed to film, which was somebody just talking and with them staying still. But this would also be great for photos, for keeping your camera completely still and level. Don't forget to give this video a like if you did enjoy it. That's really close. Do I get a whip? I should go into Foley. If you don't know what that is, you should look it up because it's really cool. So don't forget to subscribe for more videos like this one. And if you have any church media related questions, make sure to drop them down in the comment section below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and see you guys in the next church media video.